15. Coming out to 3 full, and you'll keep that under all these headlines. Ready 3 full in 5, 4, 3, 2, roll 3. Stand by on 1 with Colton.
From KQTV St. Joseph, this is KQ2 News at 10.
Mike, keep that music
A
under.
big winter storm is on the way. I'll have the details of how much snow we can get as we go into your Sunday.
Mike 'em.
And as that storm approaches, holiday travelers cut their vacation short and hit the road.
Plus, MoDOT's sending 100
Stand by
trucks to
2.
plow the streets early tomorrow morning, but the wind will make their job incredibly tough.
Start zooming. Take 2.
A snowstorm set to unleash blizzard conditions in northwest Missouri is heading our way. Thanks for joining us. I'm Madeline McClenny.
And I'm Ron Johnson. Let's get straight over to meteorologist Colton Sikoracki right now. As that
Two
storm
boxes
just
up.
hours away.
Stand by to
Colton's
take 1
tracking
full.
its progress. Tell us more. Yeah, it looks like we will definitely see some
1:30,
snow
2 minutes,
as
sorry.
we go into tomorrow. It's going to be quite heavy at times, produce blizzard-like conditions, so make sure you are aware that this winter storm is coming, and it's going to impact your day as we go through tomorrow. So what we're watching tonight is the temperature. Right now across the region, it's fairly mild. We're at 51 degrees here in St. Joseph, but you can notice that's a little bit cooler just to the north and west, and that's where the colder air is going to begin to move into the area as we go overnight tonight. And you can see that on your KQ2 hour-by-hour forecast. You saw how we cooled down from north to west, and this is by tomorrow morning. This is when it should be snowing already. We're going to see temperatures down into the 30s, and I do think as we go through the day, we're going to see temperatures continue to fall down into the 20s by the evening hours, and that's when snow is going to continue to fall as well. Now, there is a blizzard warning. It does include the entire KQ2 viewing area. It goes in effect different times. Some areas it starts at 4 a.m., some areas it starts at 6 a.m., some it starts at 9 a.m., but basically it goes until 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. That's where we are expecting the most concerns for blizzard-like conditions as the snow does begin to fall. So right now on your KQ2 high-resolution max radar, it's quiet. We're seeing a few radar returns out towards the north. I doubt that's reaching the ground. I think we're staying dry this evening. But then as we go into tomorrow, this is what we're expecting. We're expecting wind gusts to 45 miles per hour, so that's going to cause a lot of blowing and drifting snow as we go through tomorrow, and that's going to leave the visibility near zero. Road conditions are going to be pretty bad, snow covered and very slick, and with winds up to 45 miles per hour, a small chance of seeing a few power outages as we go through tomorrow as well. So here's your KQ2 hour-by-hour forecast. Again, here's 3 a.m. tonight. Will be dry, but then as we go into 6 a.m., the snows will begin to move into the area, into the northwest, and then by tomorrow morning, here's 9 o'clock. Everyone should be seeing snow. Coming up here in just a few minutes, I'll have details of how much snow we will get from this system.
Got it. Take 2.
All right, thanks, Colton. We'll check back in with you later.
Ready for
Ahead
that?
of tomorrow's snowstorm, MoDOT says they are prepped and ready to go. Crews will be hitting the road beginning at 4 a.m. or sooner if the forecast changes. MoDOT will have more than 100 trucks out fighting the snow, beginning west and moving east. One major concern for crews tomorrow is the wind.
Ready, 3
Blowing
full.
snow will recover the roads after they have already been plowed.
Roll 3.
So we'll
11
have to
seconds. Winds
consistently
die
plow
down.
until we can get those road conditions clear. Even after the snow ends, we might have to plow for several hours
Stand by.
afterwards until those winds die down.
Mike, ready for nap?
If you do have to travel tomorrow, MoDOT recommends that you take it slow and allow extra time.
Roll 4.
The City of St. Joseph Police Department says all cars need to be removed from the emergency snow routes as soon as possible. The potential severity of the storm has the city putting into effect Phase 2 of its emergency snow ordinance. Phase 2 happens when 2.5 inches of snow are expected. Cars have to be moved within 2 hours or they will get ticketed and towed.
Stand by,
The city needs to
2
clear
on
roads,
Ron.
plow, and tree roads.
Take 2.
Those visiting loved ones in Northwest Missouri had no problems getting to Thanksgiving, but leaving is posing a problem for travelers. I spoke with a few who are hoping to get out of the storm's path for tomorrow.
Roll 3.
At Speedy's
121.
convenience store,
Be
the
safe.
race is on to get out of town.
I really need to be home before the snow flies tonight.
Well, we got some storms coming, so I'm going to head back to Fall City before it gets too bad.
We met several passerbys who were on their way home from holiday travel.
We're coming from Lincoln, Nebraska, and going to Carlisle, Illinois.
I'm coming from Omaha, Nebraska, and I'm going back to Springfield, Missouri.
I'm heading to Lincoln, Nebraska. I go to school there.
1
I'm
minute.
headed from Columbia, Missouri. I was visiting for Thanksgiving.
Many of them cutting cutting their trip short so they can get back home before a blizzard hits.
My neighbor in Lincoln, Nebraska texted me last night and said, make sure you leave early because we're expecting a big storm.
My parents are telling me leave Saturday, not Sunday, because that's when the storm's expected to hit.
With several inches of snow blowing in and whiteout conditions in the forecast, the storm has
30.
left its impression on these travelers.
So I heard here in St. Joe, 8-10 inches maybe?
So I don't know the total estimates, but I just know it's going to be pretty bad.
You don't know what you're gonna get on the road. It could be very dangerous.
Which is why they're making
15,
sure to
be
be
safe
off
out
the road
to 2.
before that blizzard moves in. But not before sharing some advice for fellow drivers.
Be totally safe, be cautious, don't be
Stand by, be
speeding. Just try to take precautionary measures.
Don't drive through a blizzard.
If it hits you, be prepared to stop and be safe.
Mike,
You want to keep it right here on
Stand by to the full
KQTV for
screen.
continuous updates on this blizzard as it moves in.
full screen.
Colleagues in the area opened their doors
gonna
early.
run.
Colleges in the area, rather, opened their doors early to get students back in before the storm hits. Missouri Western reopened dorms at no charge today, and they're asking students to check road conditions when they're driving. Northwest Missouri opened its residence halls at 2 p.m. today. The university says
Stand by,
dining
two.
will be open tomorrow as planned.
Take 2.
It's hard to believe how bad the weather is headed our way when it was so beautiful outside for Small Business Saturday earlier.
4.
It can be hard to compete with Black Friday deals and big box Cyber Monday sales, but Small Business Saturday is hoping to cut out a space during the holiday shopping weekend. Locally owned businesses in the area participated in the campaign.
Ready,
The owners of
34.
Wild Lane Boutique downtown say these events are helping revitalize the city.
Roll 3.
It definitely
8
means a lot,
seconds.
especially
Going on down
because,
here.
like you said, we are part right now of downtown growing, and I love to see it grow, and there's so much going on down here.
Mike, stand by 2 with music.
Customers with Facebook were treated to a 10% off discount with their site's check-in feature. That's up from their usual 5% off discount.
Music.
It was a violent and chaotic weekend at shopping centers across the country.
The one making the most waves in Alabama. Later in the show, why protesters are demanding justice and answers from police just outside of Birmingham. Also ahead, an update for the
Stand by
East
1.
Mall shooting. Why St. Joseph Police say they are still investigating.
Take 1.
And snow is expected to move in by morning. I'll have details for you coming up here in just a few minutes. But first, here's a look at today's almanac. We'll be right back.
That was Mike. 34 full. Roll 4.
You're watching KQ2 News at 10.
2, 1. 20. Light.